How come it's so normalized to be hateful? Anonymity. Tyson has a quote, "Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. 'Cause it's easier to lash out than to deal with your own pain. People take the easy way. It is an easy emotion to cultivate, especially in people that are already unhappy. People in power have always convinced those with pitchforks that the people with torches are the problem. It is an effective way to maintain control." I spent too much time on Reddit today and asked myself the same question. Aside from the fact that nobody benefits from all the hate, being so hateful is a form of self-harm and doesn't improve anyone's life, including their own. It's easier to get people to agree with you and support you if you invent a threat, foster insane amounts of hate for it, then claim you were the only one able to defeat your imaginary threat. Social media it amplifies negativity and people hide behind screens. Because it's always easier to unite people against a common enemy. Uniting people with positivity is difficult due to envy. People get jealous of each other when they inevitably start comparing, and there's infighting. Simple. It drives engagement. The entire internet runs off ad revenue. Of all the emotional states that will get you to engage, watch, or share a subject, anger is the most effective. Making people hateful is good for business. It's easier to be negative than positive. Let's face it, it's way easier to criticize or tear something down than to praise or support it. People often default to negativity because it requires less thought or effort, and it makes them feel like they are part of something, even if it's just a shared dislike. People are much more hateful online behind anonymous profiles than they would ever be to your face. People were probably always hateful, but now they have somewhere they can demonstrate this without consequence. That way you don't have to think of your own shortcomings and dodge personal responsibility, and in turn, blame others for everything you don't like. It's always been acceptable as long as you hate the right people. Because fuck you, that's why. Social media amplifies negativity. It's crazy how much hate you see online. Algorithms push controversial or angry content because it gets more engagement, so people keep sharing and reacting to it. Honestly, the further we move away from physical violence, the more prevalent antisocial rhetoric becomes. Physical violence is an incredibly effective mediator of individual behavior in complex social groups that results in greater order and collaboration. Look at every one of our relatives in the hominidae family, and violence and conflict are central to their functioning social order. Anecdotally, 20 years ago, I think you were far more likely to get punched in the head for saying some stupid, bigoted, or hateful shit than you were today. Humans are selfish, irrational apes, and without meaningful consequences, we tend to embrace our baser instincts. Unfortunately for us, violence tends to endanger those in charge far more than the body populace, so our civilizations are built around suppressing those instincts to preserve social hierarchy, rather than mutual benefit. The shitcock theory used to hold somewhat, but now rage farming and influence operations demand constant production. Depends on what you're considering hateful. I've been told that setting boundaries with people is hateful. I've been told standing up for myself is being hateful. Some things people consider hateful are just people not giving into societal pressure to let things go to keep the peace. Mostly religion. Apparently people these days think it's a cool thing. Well, F them. To you, rump.